Hey divas, happy weekend. Having so much fun. It's very windy outside. Should I go outside? Let's see. Oh, windy. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Let's see. It's for a minute. Short video. I've already done a few today. But I get so jived up and I need to share it. So I just had a woman apply to do a sales call with one of my divas. Hey everyone. And I've just been at the W Hotel all weekend. Hey Paris. Hello. Hey Christina. Oh my gosh. It was so good to get away. I had a massage. It was amazing. It overlooked the city. This big, beautiful, lush spa room with this beautiful woman called Paulina from Poland. Hey Paris Lee. And went shopping and anyway, just went off social media. Anyway, but then I get so dived up and this woman, Divine Woman, applied for a call with my team and I was reading the application on the way home. Hey Nicole. And she spent a fortune working with really a big sum of money working with one of the most high profile coaches, male coaches on the planet. So you can maybe guess who that might be. And I think sometimes people don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they're looking for in order of monetizing and making money. And these self-development guys, the motivation, hey Haley, guys, they don't teach the majority of them. I don't know everyone's full curriculum and all that, but a lot of them do not teach you how to make money. So this woman spent all this money on motivation. Oh, thank you, Debbie, gorgeous. Motivation, self-development is not enough. Even energy work is not enough. All of that is one part. It's like the central sort of base, your mindset, your energy set. It has to go deeper than mindset. For me, it's like when I was in trauma, when I was having to heal my money story and regain my power after losing my company, and then I also had a benign tumor in my uterus. Some of you might know the story. And I almost lost my life. I had 3 surgeries. I was misdiagnosed. And basically it brought me to my hands and my knees, right? And I started praying and I never got up from that position to live in that constant state of surrender. And I had to literally rewire my very being, not just my mind. It's a cellular, complete and energetic shift, right? Then that's one part of it. The next part, thank you. So Haley is one of my divine divas. I don't think she'll mind saying that. Thank you. I don't fluff it up. No, I don't have time for it. We don't have time. Life goes by way too fast. So I understand deep trauma and deep suffering, both financially and also emotionally, full-on stuff that I've gone through in my journey, as we all have, right? Having a human experience. But then there's another component that these people tend to miss, and it's what I teach, and it's so important. And there's other people, I'm sure, that teach it as well, of course. But a lot of these people don't teach it, the big boys. Some of these the rah-rah. And they do great work. Some of it's great, right? I'm sure. But what I think people need mostly for really deep ascension is that ongoing support, which is wonderful to have. We all need it, including myself. But we need to learn how to market, monetize, and we need the strategy in order to build businesses, sustainable businesses, that give us not only an income, but that serve deeply. So I was really thinking today about expansion. Expansion from a central divinity, from a place of service, really has to come down to this. You need to understand how to expand your offering, expand your value, expand your voice, expand your frequency, and then in doing that, expand your income in order to deeply serve and create a sustainable business and a legacy. And this is what hey Morgan, this is what so many people don't teach. And so people don't understand what they need, and they go and invest in these massive programs, and it's great to invest. And as I'm saying, people do great work, some of these people, but they're not actually even pitching themselves as, they're not telling you, I'm going to help you make more money. They're not telling you, I'm going to help you. Hey, gorgeous Brenda, I'm going to teach you how to own your voice, craft high-end offers, and sell out your offers. That's not what they're even providing. But somehow I think people get caught up in the idea of it, and they think that if I go there and like have some sort of emotional breakthrough, that's enough. And it's not. It's just one part. You need strategy. You need to know how to drive traffic, build your audience. You need to know what you need to do in terms of the framework of your business. You need to know what's going to make you money really quickly. If you don't have cash in the bank and you barely have any capital in the bank to invest, what do you need to do now to make money? Well, I tell you already, that's selling high end. Selling high end, package up your services, expand your offering, offer incredible value, and attach a price point to it that justifies the value. Then you're in cash flow immediately. If you do this properly, you're in cash flow immediately. So I went from hustling $100 sessions to selling $6,000 packages paid in full when I said, hey, Kushla Gorgeous, enough is enough. And I mentioned in my video earlier today, like I've had clients come in and sell 42 spots in their business course when they couldn't sell their work for peanuts in like 5.5 weeks. I've had women sell $10,000 packages in 3 days of joining. I've had women not do that. Women who have so much emotional trauma and baggage that they need to work through that before that they will allow themselves to receive it. It's part of the journey. Depends on where you're coming from. Sometimes when your back is up against the wall so much, like I was just done with myself. I was overplaying small. I was over giving, and all my clients thriving, and me barely having any money, to show for it. It was ridiculous, and I did that. I did that to myself, right? Unconsciously thinking that this is the way that you serve, and it's not. When you can barely afford to pay for your bills, I'm sorry, I can assure as shiz tell you that you will not be making the impact that you were born to make. Absolutely not. So you need to learn how to expand your offer, expand your frequency, and expand your reach, and then sell without shame. If you are ethical and give big value and you're as potent as all effort what you do, girlfriends, let's dissolve the shame, come into your power, serve deeply, and allow yourself to receive. It is the way that we build businesses that are sustainable, nourishing lives that give back and that deeply contribute. I'm so done with seeing so many women suffer. I'm done with women judging each other who have more money and those that don't. I don't care how much money you have, whether you have a lot of money, a little bit of money. I'm not here to judge that. All I'm here to do is focus on what I desire, and what I desire is to see women stand in their financial, economic, and political power so that we can rise up and actually do the work that we're called to do instead of being impoverished, exhausted, wrecks of women. And I get it because I was there, but it has to stop. It's just ridiculous. It's like ridiculous, and we do it to ourselves. Men aren't doing it to us, our boyfriends, our partners, our girlfriends, our friends, and we also judge each other, and it has to stop. Some of the, I get a lot of support. I get a lot of people supporting me, and I have received some incredible negative feedback on social media, and I laugh at it because I've done enough inner work that I know it's not personal. I'm actually, hey, Siddharka, I'm actually just provoking people, which is my path, and I am tough enough and fierce enough to be able to tolerate that and send people love. And a few people have come to my rescue and said, Ingrid's not talking about buying, expensive pairs of pants or having a shopping spree, which is completely my right, by the way. I can buy whatever I want, spend my money however I want. And I feel really good about it because I do incredible deep work. And even if I didn't, that's my right. It's like we have to justify, but I'm a really good person. But I work so hard. Now I can have these funds. It's ridiculous. You see how it's still caught up in this approving and justification of having abundance in our lives. I think taking from people and not honoring our word and doing great work is stealing. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about providing an outstanding service, doing potent divine work, and receiving because of that, right? It's a story that we've been fed. It does come from, I think, hundreds of years of female suppression, but we also do it to each other. The females being. So when I really am in my power, some men might get a little bit triggered, but most of the negative feedback that I've received is through jealousy and triggering of other women, not men. It's women, and we've had a lot of healing happen, especially in my Empress level or my deeper mind, because I'm not as present in the digital, but we'll do more healing there too, around women being burnt at the stake and probably burning each other at the stake for survival. So it's a DNA conditioning, thinking that it's also an impoverished way of living, thinking, I said to someone today, there's enough men to go around for all of us, or enough women if you're a lesbian and you're into women, whatever you're into, there's enough money. We all have multi-million-dollar businesses. There's enough love. It's a limitless supply, right? Limitless. So we need to start standing by each other, supporting each other, to say, hey, that's what we've created in my vortexes, in my groups, is so much support and love for each other, that when one rises, I've had clients, now I've kind of kept going, but I've had some clients do better than me, quicker than me, because I've passed on to them my knowledge of what I've gone through, and they've ascended faster than me. And I am in awe and humbled and so grateful for that, because that woman's not taking away anything from me, because there's a limitless supply. And as she rises, she pays it forward, and it's this beautiful limitless expression of us and the divine femme and the healing that needs to be birthed on this planet. So girlfriends, at the end of the day, if you're going to work with someone, choose someone who's going to teach you to monetize, own your power, mindset, energy set, frequency, so important. And then you've got to learn the skill. People will call it masculine, the strategy. Maybe it is. I think the feminine grows more in the masculine, if you want to call it masculine or structure. But you know what? I think the feminine is very misunderstood. Thank you, Nure. The feminine. I think feminine, so many women are leaders, and our leadership ability has been crushed for hundreds of years, and now we're rising up. Don't expect your man or your partner, whether you're with a woman or with a man, to lead you. You have to take ownership of leading yourself. My husband is supportive of me, but he could never understand my vision, that calling deep inside my soul. That's for me to understand and for me to follow. For me personally, yes, it is very misunderstood, Hayley. I think the femme has many different faces and colors, and she can be soft and she can be fierce. She can be incredibly strategic and aligned. I have had to train my brain to be laser lucid, focused, and very deliberate. And one of the things that I've realized is that through trauma and having unresolved trauma, and I've seen this with women who've worked with me, they can't process and compute what I'm saying because they're still in trauma and they're still in fight and flight. And it's very difficult. Hey, Nick, I'd take a deep breath. A healthy masculine can hold space for their inner feminine. Yes, it makes you more, absolutely, it makes us more powerful. And for me, having structure in my business allows me to be more creative, more free, more in flow, more in my yummy, juicy power. But it's not all over the place and scattered. It's very deeply grounded. And for me, that is also releasing trauma. So looking at identifying where I've been in that complete panic mode for so long, where it's kind of like everything's all over the place, rather than, okay, how am I going to ground myself now? This is the first milestone. So it might be your first 10K, it might be 20K, depending where you are, it might be 50K. I've got people who come to me that are at 50K a month already, they want to go to 100K, and I can see where they're out of alignment in their funnel and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, you want to just go, what's my first milestone? And then what do I need to do very strategically in order to reach that? And that's basically your only focus. And every time you go off thinking, can I do it? And going into your not enoughness and all that story, you look at it with love. You don't judge yourself and poison yourself. You just look at it and say, that's interesting. I'm going to turn up the volume on love. I literally visualize myself turning. I'm like, okay, universe, it's like turning up the dial on a stereo. Let's go. Let's turn it up. Let's rev it up. I can hold this. And I want the frequency and the movement to come faster. And I'm always asking myself, what do I need to do? So it's very grounded and very specific. And so it's not 10 things. It's just like 1, 2, 3 specific things that you must implement in order to reach that next level. And that's the way I break it down for myself. So, you know, say I want 10,000 people in my new membership healing program. It's $97 a month. 10,000 people is $1 million a month, right? So the premise and the vision around that is not the $1 million a month. It's really the 10,000 women and the impact. But that's going to be great because I'll have an enormous amount of capital to do all these other things that I want to do in my life, which is to do with my legacy. But I didn't start there. I started with my CEO Diva Business School, which is no longer in existence, 3 years ago, and I created a very clear structure. I had 3 different tiers: 5K, 10K, 15K. I had a opt-in. I created my 8-part. Thank you, Brun. I had my 8-part video masterclass that I still use called Sacred Money Miracle that teaches people how to package up and sell high end. Now, that is exactly in alignment with what I actually serve and teach and sell. So whenever you're developing a new lead magnet, a free offer to get people on your list and to nurture those leads, you want to create the opt-in to be in alignment. Obviously, it sounds really basic with what you're selling. So first of all, you need to know, who am I speaking to? What is my core message? What is the problem I solve, right? And then what is my offer? What am I going to be selling? And then what's the journey that I want to take them on before we get them on calls? Now, I've got a training coming up next week. If you haven't turned up to it before, 7-Figure Diva Live, I'm going to break this all up. But basically, that's a 2-part funnel, right? It's basically your ad will go to your opt-in, and the opt-in will nurture them. You're going to give them some of your best work for free. You're going to establish yourself as an expert, and you're going to connect with them deeply. And then you're probably going to invite them to get on a call. I did that. That's how I filled my first mastermind in literally 3 months with no sales page. I had a PDF offer, and that's how I began. So there wasn't a million different things. There wasn't a million different products and services. It was one product. At that point, it did have 3 different tiers, so 3 different options depending on what level they wanted to come in at, and one really killer lead magnet, right? Done quite well. Like I really did put a lot of energy into the creation of that offer. Now, a lot of people do lead magnets, and I've looked at them myself, and they're like very lackluster. They're like, you know, you could do just a template, those sorts of things, but what people tend to do, if you do a template or a download or a PDF, or even a meditation, which I also have a meditation lead magnet, the meditation lead magnet doesn't have as many buyers. So people buy more from the video series and things like that, because what you're doing there is you're really nourishing and nurturing those leads and showing the value of, you're demonstrating value. And when you demonstrate value and deeply connect with your audience, the chance of that person then becoming a client or a customer is greatly increased, right? So anyway, I'm going to be teaching this more this week, but guys, don't hire a motivation expert and expect them then to be teaching you how to build a business. It's 2 entirely different types of coaching, right? It's 2 different fields. So be mindful where you're putting your capital. Also, don't underinvest. If you need to invest, like some people say, oh, you know, I can't invest, I don't have enough money. And I'm like, but you're not making money. You kind of need to invest to get the right support so that you can get into cash flow. So it's a catch-22 sometimes. But at some point, you're going to have to kind of like pull up your big girl panties and decide, like, who am I going to invest in? And then be very mindful. What type of training do I want? Make sure the person has incredible social proof, and ask the right questions. What can you do to help me? How quickly will I make money? How quickly someone makes money with me comes down to 2 things. We give you the skill set. We're there for you every step of the way, and you've got to apply it. You've got to do the work. When people do the work, they get a great return on investment. When they don't do the work and they go into victimhood, laziness, or whatever it is, form of victimhood, and they run away and they don't do the work, they won't get any return. I have clients doing literally 180K in 2 weeks after working with me. I have clients doing 10K in the first 3 days. I have clients, very few of them, but some that don't do anything because they don't apply the work. And they're just kidding themselves. It's a completely, You just have to do it. There's no other way around it. And then when you learn the skill and it becomes a consistent way of living, a consistent habit, the return that you get is enormous. It's enormous. The impact, the shifts in your life, the emotional heart connection you have with your customer and your clients is, I mean, that's really incredible. It's incredible. So be patient with yourself, but at the same time, you're going to have to apply, really deeply apply yourself. And then that's when you will receive the gold. The gold comes when you apply yourself. There's no other way around it. And for me too, like, and doing all the wrong things doesn't produce the outcome either. You know, you've got to get the right strategy. You've got to know at what point, at what time do I execute this step. Okay guys, so anyway, I'm going to go chill. I've got a massage coming up. Yay! I've known my masseuse that's coming to my house is amazing, Margie Telford. She's also my editor. Also, don't put up a funnel that's not edited or an ad. We still sometimes have typos, but I spend a good chunk of money on editing. She's also my editor. I've known her for like 17 years. And she always used to listen to me with my big ideas. Now my big ideas are becoming more real. So it's nice for her to be around me and actually see me make something of myself. No more watching others win, get it for yourself. Yeah, like, well, why are they winning? Success is a deliberate pattern of behavior. And if you want what someone else has, that's great. And then ask yourself, well, what are they doing that I need to do? Okay guys, I'm sending you so much love, but we do have the training coming up next week. If you haven't come before, come along. If you have come before, you can come along and reintegrate the information. It's sevenfigurediva.live.com. It's next Wednesday in the USA, 22nd, 5:30 p.m. PST, and next Thursday, 23rd in Australia at 10:30 a.m. Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. Sending you so much love, guys. And if you're feeling stuck at the moment, have no fear. Start praying, start chanting. I've got free meditations, get those. If you go to sacredmoneymiracle.com, 8-part video series. If you haven't watched it, it's free. A follow along workbook and a divine healing ascension, yummy vibrational rich diva meditation. It's free, all free. Get that and just start there. Okay, blessings. Bye guys.